Hello everyone, welcome back to the 2022 Frostbite Open in Opelika, Alabama. We've got final round coverage of the MPO lead card. A big thank you to all the groups making this possible, ARP and Opelika Tourism, as well as the Opelika Parks and Rec. And as always, a big thank you to our Patreon community. Thank you, Ace Runners. Conrad, we saw quite a battle with Henderson fighting his way to the top of the card for this final round.
Yes, we did. I am Conrad, followed with that guy right there is Felix. We're taking a look at Tumble Tree. Same course, same day, slightly different conditions. We have Jared Henderson here. He is through round one, 10 under. We'll let him get away with it because where we are. We have JC Rohe from Mobile, Alabama. He is 7 under through the first round. We also have Stewart Garner. He is 7 under through the first round as well, out of Hoover, Alabama. And Matt Dollar out of Noonan, Georgia. He is 6 under through the front. A few other players were 6 under too, but that low PDGA number gets them on the card. Here we go, hole number 1, par 3, with our Deep 9 Design drone preview. 288 feet. You want to either go with a forehand coming in here or a turnover, just judging the wind perfectly so that you land in circle 1 and not in the pond straw. Again, the pond straw may take you a little further out than you intended to be if you come in too hot.
We saw Jared go a little long in round 1 on this shot. Let's see if he makes the adjustment.
He takes this out a lot wider.
But he is inside the circle. Or it looks that way.
JC going to forehand as well. His looks to be turning a little early, and but the pond straw takes it a little further away. Looks like he's at circle's edge with a few trees to navigate to the basket. Stewart going forehand as well. Oh, he's taking the ante line low.
Oh, look at that flare.
Okay, so he's played here before. He knows what he's doing.
Good touch there to get him inside the circle. Dollar with a beautiful turnover on round 1. Same disc in hands. Same line.
Flattening out. And
a little shorter, but he is well inside the circle as well.
Yep. With a straight, unobstructed look.
Oh, Jared a little longer than I thought. So he's got a circle 2 look. A little short.
And we can hear the wind. Round 1 was a little calmer to start off with, but in the afternoon.
Yeah, as the temperatures got higher, the wind became much more of a factor. As you can see, these guys now, in the beginning of round 1, they were all kind of bundled up.
And Dollar off the front of the cage there.
So the Frostbite not quite living up to its name on this beautiful day. Nice birdie there for Mr. Garner.
JC cleaning up his par.
Good putt there for JC. You may have seen JC earlier this year at the Jubilee in Fairhope that was on the Disc Golf Guys channel. So he's been on coverage before.
Jared cleaning up his par as well. And Dollar doing the same.
So a little surprising, only 1 birdie there from Stewart Garner, as hole 1 did come in under par, averaging at 2.62. Hole number 2 is a par 3, 249 feet. The basket is right in front of you the entire time. You do have a trio of trees guarding the green there that can cause a little bit of an issue, but really you're just taking your putter straight over the water, trying to check something up that is not going to be on this downslope here. Everything kind of takes the disc back towards the water. The string you see there on the right is not OB for this hole. That separates hole 3 and hole 4 and is out of bounds for those holes. That is a stable putter.
Yep, and that is a safe shot. Just.
And now he's kind of taking the water out of play on his putt as well there.
Yeah, true.
Jared hit the tree on your far left in round 1. And he's going right at it again.
He is.
And it almost dropped him in.
Both rounds off the tree.
I love that tree.
Wow. See what JC's got here. This looks like a stable putter as well. A little lower.
Yep.
Oh,
Wow.
goodness.
That was a little scary there hitting the tree.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to turn quite that much.
You know, it straightened up on
But-
him, and
Again, he's
Left
got that kind of side putt there,
Yeah.
away from the water.
Mhm.
So Stewart will be up first. A nice putt.
why you say something, bro? I don't even know how to explain that. That was like the perfect.
Speed.
Everything.
Center height.
Yep.
Center left and right.
Yep.
JC with a nice putt there. We had mentioned in round 1 how these putts, or how these baskets aren't always quite as forgiving as others, but there was nothing to forgive there. That was center.
Yeah, that was just
Unfortunate.
Fortunate it didn't roll into the hole, into the water, because we have seen that too,
Yes.
where someone thought their disc was completely in, walks over to get it out of the basket to find out that it has rolled down into the water. So that didn't happen, but
Man, what should have been a star frame there, unfortunately, is not. Well, JC now moves into a tie with Stewart.
hole 3, you want to avoid the amphitheater on the right. You want to avoid the OB traveling the entire way on the left. And you also want to avoid the OB that's on the left. Now that I've told you everything to avoid, hit the fairway right here. That will give you options to go around this tree in the middle of the fairway to the left or to the right in order to approach the green. Be mindful that as you approach the green, if you go long, there is OB behind there as well.
There's also a mandatory that kind of comes into play more on your second shot. This is a very high stalling hyzer here from Jared.
Yeah, that's well, okay, all right.
Pretty much almost
Ideal.
identical to where he was the first round.
See how JC plays this. Oh no, is that going to be stable enough to come out? It's trying, but it is not going to make it back in bounds.
Bounce, yeah. Dollar going right towards that tree. Oh, okay, he's good. Let's see what Stewart's got here. Looks like he's lining up a hyzer on the right side. Keeping it right in the middle. Oh, right into that last little twiggy tree there. But
Well, at least he lands in front of it. So the tree shouldn't be an obstacle for him anymore. This is where the Mando comes into play. He had to make sure that he stayed to the left of that
which he's done.
and works around the tree in the fairway. It's going to leave him outside of circle 2, but he should be able to save his bogey from there. That is going around the tree and circle's edge? No, circle 2.
Round 2.
Dollar again looks like he's playing the over the out of bounds line with an ante that is going to
Flex
flatten
back.
out, and
Beautiful
Yes.
shots.
almost like he planned that almost.
Yeah.
Jarrett going with this pure hyzer around. Ooh, that gets dropped down.
Does, and that's going to leave him at circle 2 as well.
Yeah.
Maybe circle edge. As you can see, the wind starting to pick up even more out here in this open shot. Oh boy. Turn that into a kite.
Yes. So tricky. It's so tricky having confidence when the wind is blowing like that. That what you're doing is the right thing to do.
And that one just stayed high the entire way.
Yep.
Sneaking it over the nubs there. But salvages the bogey after going OB.
Dollar wasted no time to get that birdie in there.
Catches the back nub. Yeah, and brings it in. Jared taking his time here. As you can see, this is a busy stretch. So that's the entrance to the park. So there's always something going on behind you as you're putting.
Or in front of you.
Yeah.
And Stewart should be able to tap this in with no problems. For his par save.
Hole 3, a tough one. You see quite a spread there between birdies, pars, and a bogey. Big thank you to our Patreon community and the awesome support that they provide us with. Check it out at acerunpro.com. Nope. Check it out at patreon.com/acerunpro to become an ace runner today. Hole 4, par 4, 680 feet. The drone showing you the ideal landing spot there, a little ways back in the flats. Then you want to carry your second shot, avoiding the OB right water and the OB left tree clusters, onto this treacherous green, which slopes away towards the road, which also OB the entire time. There's also a mandatory on the right-hand side that you need to avoid to stop you from going over to hole 3's fairway. Dollar trying to flip something up.
And
that is on the road.
And not coming back.
So out of bounds there for Dollar. Jared going with the same Luna that he threw in round 1, and this is heading to the same area that he was at in round 1. Just needs to be short of those. Oh, he's gone past the rocks.
Wow.
That's a crush for a putter. Wow. Stewart with a soft turnover. This looks beautiful. Just needs to find the flats.
And whoa, where's
Stop.
it rolling?
Stop
Where's it
doing
rolling
that.
to?
Okay.
That went from the flats to. Luckily, there's a little ditch down there to prevent him from going OB. But with that roll,
he's gonna have some tricky side hoe footing there. JC, I think you want a little more turn than that.
Yeah, a little bit more any out of the hand. That right there does have a trajectory to go.
Oh, he's gonna be near
on
Dollar's
the road and not coming back.
Boy, that's a little surprising because there's not a ton of wind on this hole to kind of push that disc that way. And JC going the forehand along the roadside.
Wow.
Nicely executed.
That is.
Dollar going with a backhand option. Trying to play for the pan out.
And make sure he gets it up tall enough. He's up on the flats.
Wow. Very nice
circle's
shots.
edge.
Nice,
Another
late
nice
flip.
forehand.
Nicely done.
So I guess there is a play from down there.
We just saw 3 of them.
We don't often talk about it, but it is there.
I wonder how much this tree right here is going to affect Jared. If it's going to affect his height at all?
No, because he's short, so.
Oof. Oof. Sorry, Jared. That was Conrad, by the way. Similar spot to where he was in round 1. It just goes a little deep on the approach. Dollar, a little low.
Looks like he has a. Does he have a line? Oh, he did, but just a little low as well.
I think it's me.
JC here, after going OB, still able to save his par.
Yeah. Wish it was a 3.
Stewart getting the birdie.
Nicely done there. Quietly picking up 2 birdies here out of the first 4 to move himself up to 9 under. Jared taking the par to remain at 11. And Dollar with the unfortunate bogey there, bringing him down to 7 under.
Hole 5 is a par 3 coming in at 275 feet. A very tight line here. You either want to go with a flip up backhand with a putter, or you want to take a forehand disc that you're going to put on a little bit of ante, let it work its way over left, and then nestle next to the basket. The one thing you want to avoid is hitting any of these trees that will send you ricocheting in any direction and possibly making that scramble for par a little bit more difficult. See Stewart here going with a forehand look. He has it on the ante, nice and low. But he gets the ricochet off the tree that kicks him over to the right. I don't think he's really going to have a look for any type of putt from there. Jared going with his, but not liking it out of his hand, and the tree Matumbo in his shot, saying no, no, no. Not in my house.
So we're going to see a third forehand.
And he calling for the same tree, but it gets a little further. He has a slight look that he may have.
4 for 4 on forehands on this hole.
This is Wendy's holes. And Dollar going with the same shot that he had in the first round, but not getting the same result there.
A little bit more flip on that one. So just hit left side. Jared. Soft forehand approach off the tree. Leaves him about 20 feet. Maybe closer.
I like how you said off the tree like he called it. Like
Right.
He called it off the tree.
Dollar has some kind of angle there.
Well, yeah.
Nice touch.
Was that Dollar or Get Me? I couldn't tell. It was Dollar. He didn't land on the ground.
Yeah. That was a very nice Anheuser approach there.
Mm-hmm.
JC maybe has a chance to run this here.
He looks like he's the only one that may have a clean look. Oh, well, he went outside the line that I thought he was going to go. So we'll see some tap-ins here for par. Jared leading us off with the pars. JC next. Just go in order, make it easy for me. Then there's Stewart. And last but not least, but the closest, is Dollar. And that short hole plays at 2.93.
So almost right at par. All right, we come up to hole 6. As you can see, the drone bringing you straight out of this gap. This is 230 feet. The trees on the right-hand side seem to come up quick, as the left-hand side out of the gap doesn't really allow you to throw a soft turnover, so it's really a straight putter pushing that right side. You'll also see some flex forehands coming out of there to kind of give yourself a look to bounce back into this hillside and hopefully grab. As you can see, this green just kind of rolls right back down away from the pin.
Yeah, I don't think first round we saw any successful forehands, but that is definitely a good play to land in the hill and have that hill take the momentum out of the shot as it gets closer to the basket.
Oh, Jared's pushed that wide again.
Yeah. But it's like that's the line that you have to take in order to throw the backhand shot.
JC going forehand. A little more angle on that one.
How stable is that? Not enough. It's going to slide across the hill instead of fighting his way up the hill. He'll still have a clean putt, though.
Dollar went forehand in the first round. He's going backhand here. Trying to go higher, but that's going to get gobbled up.
Those trees.
Oh, he fought through.
Okay. And that's about where he was after his third shot.
Yeah.
The first round, so.
Jared wasting no time and punching out from where he was. JC's got to look here. Uphill, though. Scary with that hillside.
Ooh.
Just right side.
Expect Dollar to cash that one.
Go. Uphill putt. Getting his cardio on, running up that hill.
Stewart from the side, still a scary putt.
Yeah, especially if you have any hyzer on your putt. Oh. I think that's set up.
Why'd you have to mention hyzer on the putt, man? You just scared him. Well, that went further away than I thought it did.
Yeah.
All right.
Good
Able to save the
comeback.
par, though.
Yeah. Jared with his par putt. Not exactly the hot start you would want if you're the leader. He's only one down so far through the round.
Thank you, Deep Nine Design. They had some very handsome actors in that commercial. Just want to make that, sure and put that out there. Hole 7 is a par 3, 260 feet. This is the new position from last year. Slightly tricky fairway with the slope here. You want to go over the slope, but you got to get over it at the right height and the right speed for your disc to slow down as it approaches the green. There are trees, of course, around the green that could be helpful in slowing your disc down, or it could be hurtful in kicking them in the wrong direction. Dollar's flipping one up here.
There's a straight disc.
And
A little long.
a little long.
But definitely within dollar range.
Definitely better than the first round where he got caught up in the trees on the hill. So
Yes.
we see a forehand coming in here from Stewart.
That's too much
Ooh,
angle, I
is
think.
that- Well, it does come out, but it comes out a little bit too late. It was a stable disc. I didn't think it was going to come out at all. Though he's going to the old position. Jared looks like he has a putter in his hand again. And this time he finds the tree. Oh, and does not fight through. Just kicks straight down. At least he did kick straight down into the open and not further to the right. So it'll be a little less obstructed.
This looks very good.
And the
Friendly
tree to
tree
help
kick.
slow it down.
Yep. Had a little extra sauce on it, but the tree definitely took some of that off there. You know, have a straight look right back at it from about 2025. Jared on the hill, putting down.
He,
Trying to. It's so hard to get something to not hyzer out. That tree definitely helped.
yeah, especially since you're going downhill and
Exactly.
it's like Stewart has a Mercy in his hand.
That wasn't ideal. I said that and then I looked at the gap and I was like, ooh.
Dollar looking for the birdie
Does he
here.
have a line? I want to say he does. And he did.
Cashes
Nice birdie.
it. Cash money for Dollar. See what I did there?
What?
Right side for Stewart. Let's see if JC can pick up his birdie after the good drive.
He does.
Centers it. Have a couple of cleanups here. Fortunate bogey there for Mr. Garner. Another par for Jared, so it's still kind of just sputtering the wheels a bit here.
Yeah, Wild card is slowly creeping up on him.
Remember, we also have some other players that were only 2 or 3 strokes from him after round 1. So. Coming into hole 8, a par 3, 410 feet. This is going uphill the entire way. The road on the left-hand side of where the drone is flying is out of bounds. This is a tough hole to say the least. The wall of trees prevents a lot of the right-hand turning shots from getting all the way through. Getting up anywhere near this pin is a bonus, as this hole usually plays pretty close to par. See how these guys attack it. Dollar went roller during round 1. He's got the same disc in his hand here. A little more angle this time, a little more cut.
A little straighter for longer. And okay, he goes by the basket. Wow.
And the tree parks him 15 feet from the baskets.
Wow. After watching this and Drew, I definitely need to step up my roller game.
Yeah, it's a must. This is the more traditional turnover to the flats. You'll see that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So people just kind of play up to the flat and then pitch up for their 3.
Yeah. That's a safer play for sure.
Yeah. This is a Predator for Jared, the same disc he threw the first round.
And he puts it out there, way out there. Trusting it to come back.
Go. Oh my gosh.
And that had an ace line on it the entire way. Luckily that tree didn't kick him all the way back down the hill like first round.
Stewart going with the more traditional. No, and it gets bunted down the hill, but he stays in bounds.
He stays in bounds, yeah.
See if they're out the corner of the.
And that can happen so quickly, just.
Yeah, a good shot could turn in.
Up by the basket, it only takes 1 tree.
Yep. Really good approach there in recovery.
So he'll be looking to save his par.
JC in between trees. I don't know if that's going to hinder him being able to give it a run. Right at it. A little wide.
Mm-hmm. He should be able to clean up his par.
So,
and Jared is pin high.
He's got to know that Dollar is right by it. So I'm sure he was trying to make that.
Yeah,
Dollar
definitely.
Dead center.
I know, right? That was a little high for that quick putt there. Better make that count. Should have just putted the driver in, you know?
So Dollar now moves to 10 under and is slowly creeping up on Jared.
Mm-hmm.
He's 1 behind.
One of us has already gotten robbed. I don't know who it was. You gotta be nice to these bastards.
Rest of the card parring it out.
And the hole playing just over par at 3.14.
I feel like it played higher round 1. I think it was like at 3.3 or something.
Hole 9 is a short par 4 coming in at 368 feet. The first drive off the tee, it's really about placement, unless you're one of those brave souls that knows magic shots. You ideally want to line up to this second fairway so that you can have a nice easy pitch down to the sloped green and tap in for your 3. If you're a magician, you're trying to get down here to get a 2. So $1 almost do this on round 1.
He's got that same disc and he's playing that forehand roller, but
yeah, it just did not land right at all for him.
I like that, JC.
JC, but I think that had too much angle, and I don't think it was going to come back in time to get down that fairway. It may have ended up out by the other hole if that continued.
that's early.
Well, I said that the first time too, and then he ended up right there with a straight look down the fairway.
Never mind what I just said. Don't listen to the idiot holding the camera.
That one looks more traditionally right, and then it hits the
it's
tree.
An unfortunate kick.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh
Ooh,
my
wow.
goodness. You can see the teeth of this hole.
Gosh.
This is why it's a par 4. It's a very specific landing zone that if you don't hit, you are in scramble mode.
I always forget that this hole does have a mando that that if you manage to get there, that's punishment by itself. But it's over to the right. It's protecting hole 8.
Dollar's still not out of it. He's now gone to the left side.
JC has a look down this.
Go. Just needs to avoid that stump, and it does.
He does.
You know, have a look.
Plays the bank off the tree, avoids the stub, and then still has a look.
See the wind. Shouldn't be too much of a factor on this hole.
Oh, he threw that
That's
way too low. I don't know if he rushed himself or just miscalculated.
And Stewart still has nothing. This is his third shot, and he's still just looking at trees.
What?
Yeah, just kind of pushed it out towards the edge of the tree line.
Okay. Oh, wow.
No. Birdie look there.
Trying to put some fireworks on. Trying to get a run back there. Dollar is...
Just... yeah.
Oh, wow.
After he did it, he's like, I could have just put my foot through. But when you're in that moment...
Oh.
Tree.
Get me out of here.
We all know that feeling.
Yeah.
It's a little bit worse for him because it's documented, but you know, that's a good bird there.
Yeah, very good birdie there for JC. Scrambling his way through.
Oh, man. Next time you bought one that you know for sure.
Jared taking the par there after almost dunking it in.
They don't know when their stuff's going in.
Par there for Dollar.
So a nice little spread across this hole here. A little bit of par, a little bit of birdie, a little bit of bogey. As we move on to the next one.
Hole 10, a par 3, 232 feet downhill, moving right to left. This is essentially just a putter shot with some stability coming down this hallway, finishing just inside of these little 2 trees that the drone is coming up now on, and kind of hitting this final gap here. There is out of bounds about 20 feet behind the basket, past the barbed wire fence.
I don't even think that's 20 feet. I think it's closer than that.
Probably is. I didn't have my tape measure with me.
I range founded it. Range found it. A little high.
Oh!
Ooh.
And
Come
look
on.
at
Look at this. To
Perfect.
steal the CTP.
With a
PX3. Ooh.
Dollar going
Okay.
wide route.
Okay.
Good and stable, and
Yeah.
he's inside the circle. We had a star frame on this the first round. No pressure, Jared. This looks perfect. Just skips by.
Coming for him.
Oh, and he's gone past the
wow.
fence.
That fence, you have to go like under to actually get out of it.
Well, I thought he was parked.
Well, I know he wasn't because he almost hit me, but you know.
Yeah. Stewart hitting one of the early trees there coming down the fairway. He's got this other tree to contend with.
Ooh, right line, just not quite the right push.
That had to... Yeah, there's like one cutout there that you have to get through. That's
Like,
so crazy.
You know what happened? I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. Gibney moved that log. Dollar for the bird.
Sneaks it in, and Dollar is tied Jared Henderson right now at 11 under.
Thank you, basket.
And the par there for Stewart. And we've got quite a turn of events coming into the stretch. We talked about how Jared was kind of just spinning the wheels a bit, not really getting it going, and now he finds himself in a tie at the top. And JC is right behind him as well.
And that's just on the lead card. There are 2 chase cards that really
At this point, we're heating up.
Yep. Hole 11 is a par 3 coming in at 265 feet. Again, it is tight off the tee. You got to know exactly what line you want to hit. There is a play for a flip up backhand with a putter, or you can go with a forehand. The main thing is to make up the distance and getting down to the fairway. Once you get down the fairway to the green, you actually have a good chance at making a bird from anywhere around circle's edge. You see the forehand play here, and
Wow. Get in.
What? That worked?
it wasn't supposed to. I don't know how. I thought he was going to hit a tree like 50 feet off the tee, and it just kept going. All right, doggone overhand.
Old school dollar. Oh.
He still has a look there.
Yeah.
Tree pushed him back just a little bit, but
I miss old school dollar thumbers.
I just realized, yeah.
That used to be one of his staples.
Uh-oh, that didn't turn over to the right at all. Kind of stayed straight, so it's going to put him outside of that birdie zone. And the
Right side early.
Yep.
This is more of what I expected the first round, where I think 3 out of the 4 got birdies, and I'm like, this hole is not easy.
Yeah. It can be fairly easy to scramble for your par. He's going to have if it stops, he's going to have a long look to save his par there. Jared getting in an argument with the tree.
Oh, man. Boy.
I wonder what Jared had for lunch.
Fusaklis. If you're near Opelika or Auburn, you got to get yourself some Fusaklis. There are some really, really good restaurants in the area, though. Oh, no way.
Crazy.
No way.
And this is the start of the strange baskets. See how big that cage is?
Right. Yeah, it's a quad basket instead of a triple. Or a 3 instead of a 2, or 2.5. I don't know what it is. It's just it's higher. The basket itself is higher than the others.
I don't know if it's higher or if it's just deeper or what it is. It's just something. I don't know if it's higher up.
Yeah.
Or not.
The tray
its tray is definitely deeper, and it just. You know what? Next time I go out, I'm gonna measure.
Yeah.
From the top link down to the cage and see if they're regulation or not. If they're not regulation, all of this doesn't count.
And that wraps up part 1 of the final round here. Conrad, we see we got a log jam up top.
Yes, we have Jared Neal, Jacob Chester, and Michael Gibney all tied up top at 12 under.
Dollar just 1 stroke off the lead, so let's see what's going to happen on the back here of this final round. We appreciate you guys checking it out. A big thank you to all of our supporters of this coverage. Of course, Auburn Opelika Tourism, our Ace Runners, Deep 9 Design, and Doggone Good Disc Golf. All of their descriptions will be all of their links will be in the description down below. Give them all some time and see what they have to offer. Thank you so much for the support, and we'll see you for the final stretch here on Ace Run Pro.